What's up, guys? It's AO from Catalyst. We got Triple here with us. We're going to be reviewing this article. Melanie finally speaks out. The headline is Aaron Carter's ex-girlfriend says she did not assault him. He tossed her Louis Vuitton into the pool. So I'm just going to read the first little section here, and then we'll talk and then read the next section. So it says, Aaron Carter's ex-girlfriend, Melanie Martin, is denying she assaulted the pop star during the fight that led to her arrest. And she insists Carter is the one who went ballistic after reading text messages he found on her phone. Sources close to the situation tell The Blast Martin's side of the story is much different from the one Carter told police when they arrived at his home in the LA area. Martin told cops she was awoken by Carter around 5 a.m. after he went through her phone. The I Want Candy singer allegedly went ballistic after a misunderstanding over her speaking to a hairstylist. Unfortunately, we're told Melanie actually loves Aaron and the situation was a giant misunderstanding.
I love how they called him the I Want Candy singer.
Right? Like they just have to reference that.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this is coming from the police reports, like, you know, if Melanie told the cops. So did the cops tell? Let's see what this says. It says sources close to the situation tell The Blast. So I don't know who told Blast this information. It could be Melanie under anonymous. You know what I mean? Like some people actually report on themselves anonymously. Or a cop actually tried to sell the information, which is not unlikely either. So I guess the what we want to take away from this is the singer allegedly went ballistic after a misunderstanding over her speaking to a hairstylist. So what does that mean? Like, was this a male hairstylist?
So, wait, 5 a.m. at what date too is what I'm wondering. Like, because
I think it would have been the
alleged
29th.
abuse happened right at 11 p.m. the night before, right? That's what TMZ said. It was 11 p.m. But also, Aaron said she drove to Orange County, which I read some comments and stuff saying that she drove to like Orange County, taking her stuff from Aaron's house. So
right. So from Aaron's point of view, he's, I don't know. I think it was the day of my birthday. I think it was March 29th is when they got into the fight.
I think it was before. Was it March
At 5?
No.
Yeah, it was because on my birthday I didn't make a video about them breaking up. So the fight was in the dark. I made a video about them possibly having a fight in the dark because they removed each other from their Instagram bios. And that was on my birthday. So if it happened at 5 a.m., that must have been 5 a.m. the 29th.
The next day. Okay, so yeah.
But he went live. But he went live on the 30th. That's when it was really late, and I called Chronic up, and I was like, "Hey, like Melanie's in jail," because that was the 30th. But it would have been in the same sleep cycle. You know what I mean?
It's very peculiar. It's I mean, I definitely was not one person not to expect this would be what's gonna probably be said about the situation because it seems pretty obvious. It seems like we're not getting the full story.
But we still have more to read here. So if we scroll down a bit, it says Aaron Carter allegedly went nuts after finding texts in her ex-girlfriend's phone. It says, we're told Martin explained to LA County investigators that Carter became enraged over text messages with a hairstylist. The stylist happened to be male. Okay, so I was right. But that's because most of her other contacts are not working during the pandemic. She claims he is very controlling and jealous, and that Carter went ballistic and started throwing a bunch of items around the house, including smashing her phone against the wall. I actually did see comments about that he smashed her phone. I didn't see the story, but apparently she made a story about it.
Do you think Blast is taking information from comics and running it, or they actually have an actual source?
I don't know. I've heard of The Blast before, but I don't know how reliable they are. Well, I kind of believe because it says Martin explained to LA County investigators. So either the county sold the information, or Melanie's reporting herself anonymously. Like that's what Aaron does with TMZ. He does something crazy and he reports himself anonymously, so he gets the money for it. Martin claims she did not assault or attack the star in any way, and the only time the two physically touched each other was when she attempted to stop him from throwing the items out of a window. The pop star's ex-girlfriend told cops she did not assault him. It is unclear how Carter received the supposed scratch marks he showed cops when they arrived at his home. But Martin told police she believed the singer could have injured. But, I mean, if Melanie went to jail, the cops must have believed that she did it, right?
So my conspiracy theory is that he hurt himself.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Melanie says here, that Martin told the police she believes the singer could have injured himself. I think that's what everyone thought, to be honest. I mean, that's kind of what I thought. I didn't want to say it, but...
I'll say it. I'll say it. Like, it does seem a little shaky, the story. And Aaron doesn't seem like... Aaron does seem like that type of dude to do something like that. Be 100% honest.
We're told Martin is actually the one who called the cops after she was not allowed back into the home to gather her belongings. She left the home after the fight, and when she returned, the cops had arrived and spoken to Carter. So why would... Okay, so Aaron did say that Melanie called the cops on herself, but why would she call the cops? And
Well, you forgot to mention she believes the singer could have injured herself by throwing items out the window. Did you read my article ahead?
No, we're in the right spot. She believes the singer could have injured himself while throwing items out of... That could be true. I mean, it depends on how angry he got.
But Aaron doesn't seem like a motherfucker that can throw something right. Definitely doesn't seem like...
So do you think that Melanie called the cops because Aaron was going crazy? Aaron injured himself, so by the time the cops got there, like, they believed that she was the one who did it?
Well, I don't want to get too ratty, but I feel like the time periods have changed where, like, before back in the day, I feel like a cop wouldn't give... oh, you got a cut from a female. But since it's 2020, like, I feel like, which is a good thing, like, girls can domestically abuse guys, obviously. So I feel like there's more, like, attention to, like, that, too, in a sense.
But it's also because I think the cops in that area really know Aaron, because he calls them all the time. Like, Aaron calls the... Remember, he would, like...
He calls the cops more than I call my mother.
The Gamble DX crew that Aaron blames... Aaron blames them. He would always call the police and be like, oh, like, Gamble's doing this, Gamble's doing that. And Aaron calls all the time. He even called when animal control came up. I don't know if you saw that video, but... Yeah,
so I saw that.
So he called the police for animal control. So if the cops know Aaron... Who knows? They could just be like, whatever, we're just going to take this chick. I don't know. That's strange.
Because obviously he didn't, like, hit her at all. And him having marks on him is obviously they're going to believe. Or going to, like...
Let's just reread this. Maybe it'll, like... Okay, it is unclear how Carter received the supposed scratch marks. He showed... Sorry. It is unclear how Carter received the supposed scratch marks he showed the cops when they arrived at his home after the altercation. Martin told police she believes the singer could have been injured while throwing items out of the window. So Melanie, okay. We're told Martin is actually the one who called the cops. So Melanie calls the cops after she was not allowed back into the home to gather her belongings. Okay, I missed that part, even though I probably didn't miss it. So she wanted to get her stuff.
Which is completely legal. That's completely illegal.
That's legal. She left the home after the fight, and when she returned, the cops had already arrived and spoke. So Aaron called the cops before. Wait, what?
Damn. Wait, no. She called the cops, and then they arrived there, and Aaron maybe twisted the story. Maybe the story's true. We don't know. We weren't there. We didn't observe the incident. And then she got arrested. When she came back to gather her stuff, because Aaron wasn't going to let her in the house. It seems like, from this article.
Right.
So that's just like, that's a very fucked situation, or a very messed up situation.
So the next panel says Melanie Martin has lawyered up following her arrest. Martin was arrested on the spot, and sources close to her, who are these sources close to her, claim she wasn't given the opportunity to explain her side of the story until after she was booked into custody. Our sources say Martin has lawyered up and plans on fighting any charges brought against her after the arrest. She was released on $50,000 bail and at this point has not officially been charged with the crime.
That seems crazy for a $50,000 bail, though. That's
Well, Aaron was saying that Melanie has already had a felony in the past. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just his word.
50,000, like, people, you never know.
Yeah, even with, but it didn't say that Melanie was the one who spoke out. It says sources close to Melanie. So, like, who the heck is that? Is that, like, her parents? Is that, like, I don't know. That's strange.
I saw the marks on Aaron. I see this $50,000 bond. It's like 1 + 1 does not equal 2 right here. It doesn't add up to me, personally.
Yeah.